Welcome to Nafy Paints, and in this video I'll be painting a Slaanesh Chaos Cultist. Let's crack in. So first of all we need to lay down all our base colours, and the first colour I've gone with here is Warlock Purple from the Army Painter. With the Warlock Purple I've painted his shirt and loincloth. The next base coat is Blue Violet from Vallejo, and I've put this on his pants and the lower part of his hood, and this was applied with two thin coats. To paint the skin, the first coat is Bugman's Glow from Citadel, and this is applied with two thin coats. For the chainmail I've gone with Retribute Armour from Citadel, and for the rest of the medals I've gone with Leadbelcher from Citadel, and both these medals require two thin coats. The base coat is wrist braces. I've gone with Corax White from Citadel, and this may require 2 to 3 thin coats. For his boots and hood, I've gone with the Baton Black from Citadel. This is applied with a little bit of water to help it flow over the model. The pouches on his chest and the leather on his boots, I've gone with Leather Brown from the Army Painter. This is applied with two thin coats and a little water. Now to start applying the washes. This first wash is Agrax Earthshade from Citadel. This is straight from the pot. I've applied this over the leather and all the Leadbelcher areas of the model. With these washes, you can always apply more washes once the first is dry until you're happy with the colour. Once the Agrax Earthshade is completely dry, now it's time to move on to a second wash of Nuln Oil from Citadel. This will be applied over all the Leadbelcher areas, the Retributor Gold of the chainmail, and the Corax White on the wrist braces. The next wash will be Purple Tone from the Army Painter. This is straight from the pot. This will go over the pants, the shirt, the skin, the purple of the hood, and the loincloth. So to start with the skin, I've gone back to the Bugman's Glow from Citadel. But while painting the skin, you want to follow the shapes of the muscles and avoid getting into any of the deep recesses. You want to leave those dark with the wash. Also, once you get to the part of the muscle where it meets the dark wash, you want to try to leave a little bit of that dark wash in there just to give it a bit of a contrast to the brightness of the skin. The next step for the skin is a 50-50 mix of Bugman's Glow and tanned flesh from the Army Painter. While applying this mix, you want to leave some of the previous step of the Bugman's Glow visible. The next step is to go to a straight tanned flesh from the Army Painter. The next highlight of the skin is a 75 to 25 mix of tan flesh and now Centaur skin from the Army Painter. This is applied in the same ways as we've done previous steps. After you've got that down, mix in some more Centaur skin to go for a 50-50 mix of the tan flesh and Centaur skin, and just apply as normal. For the final highlight of the skin, this is a glaze of pure Centaur skin. Now here you can do as many or as few glazes as you like. Just keep applying the glaze until you're happy. Once you've done this, the skin will be complete. To highlight the leather on his chest and on the boots, I've gone back to the leather brown from the Army Painter. This is straight from the pot. For the white on the braces, I've gone back to the Corax white, and again, this is straight from the pot. For the purple areas, I've gone back to the blue violet from Vallejo. Due to the material having a lot of folds in it, I've chosen to paint it a lot like the skin and not a conventional edge highlight. With the shirt and the loincloth, I've gone back to the Warlock Purple from the Army Painter and painted it in the same way as I've done the pants. Now to tie in the highlights of the purple of the pants and the hood, I've made a mix of 50-50 purple tone and water. And this is just applied over the purple of the pants and the purple of the hood. This will lighten the paint and help blend the materials in. To paint his leather mask, I've gone with Castle Grey from the Army Painter as a first coat. With the mask, you've just got to paint around the detail on the mask, so you've got to paint around the goggles and all the studs on the back of his head. This is painted the same way as I've done the pants. The next highlight of the mask is Field Grey from the Army Painter. This is straight from the pot. This is just following where you've painted the Castle Grey from the previous step, but leaving a little Castle Grey underneath. The next highlight for the mask is a 75-25 Field Grey and Corax White from Citadel. The final highlight for the mask is a 50-50 mix of Field Grey from the Army Painter and Corax White from Citadel. I've painted the goggle lenses and the studs on his hood, all with Leadbelcher from Citadel. Then I've given the entire head a wash with Nuln Oil from Citadel. This is straight from the pot. For a base coat of the pipes, I've gone with 2 thin coats of Corax White and I've painted all the pipes around the model. To paint the goggle lenses, I've started with a base coat of Mephiston Red from Citadel. Now painting the left hand side of each lens only, I've made a mix of 80-20 Mephiston Red and Flash Gits Yellow from Citadel. You don't want to paint the whole eye lens with this colour. You want to go as far as halfway at the most, and then with each further step add more Flash Gits Yellow to the Mephiston Red to lighten it up. As you're lightening up the colour, just keep painting less and less of the lens. Once I was happy with the blends I've achieved, now I've gone to a pure Flash Gits Yellow from Citadel. Now the Flash Gits Yellow is down, it's time to go to the Corax White from Citadel. This is straight from the pot. This is on the left rim of each eye. And in the top right hand corner of each eye, I've put a dot of Corax White. Now the face is done, we can move on to the pipes again. This is done with 2 thin coats of Tesseract Glow from the Army Painter. This is straight from the pot. Paint the first coat on, let it dry, and then apply a second coat. Once the Tesseract Glow is completely dry, I've given the pipes and the eye lenses on his face a coat of Ardcoat from Citadel. All the silver parts of the model, I've given a light dry brush of Leadbelcher from Citadel, and around the eyes and on top of his head the little studs. I've painted those with Leadbelcher also, but really subtly. Using dry rust from the Army Painter, it's a technical paint. I've put this over all the silver parts of the model just to break up the dominance of the silver and give the weapon a bit of a worn effect. Now the Colters is fully painted, we can go to the base, and the first stage is to paint all the dirt areas or mud areas. This is done with wet mud effect from the Army Painter. Once the wet mud soil effect is dried, I've hit it with a mid-brown wash from the Army Painter over all the soil again. Once that wash had dried, I've painted the debris on the base with Leadbelcher from Citadel. To give the base some quick colour, I've hit it with 3 pigments from MIG. The first is Dark Earth, then I've gone over that with Army Green, and these two are applied to the muddy or dirt areas of the base. And over the silver metallic area, I've gone with Medium Rust. How much of the pigment you put down is up to you. With the pigments down, now I've gone to Nihilakh Oxide from Citadel. Now with this technical paint, I've placed it down, then diluted it with a little bit of water, then put more down and gone back and forth with the water until I was happy. Once that's dried, I've come in with XF85 Rubber Black from Tamiya, and this is just to give the base a bit more colour and break up all the silver and oxide of the base. Now back to the Medium Rust from MIG. I've added a little bit of water this time with the pigment, put a couple of dots here and there on the base just to break up the colour again. With the Colters painted now, I can seal the model with Mr. Super Clean's matte varnish. Again, this is very light coat, so you don't want to go too heavy here or too close to the model when you spray this. And for the final step of the model, just paint the rim of the base with Abaddon Black, and he's ready to go. And here he is, ready to serve his Lord Slaanesh. Thanks for watching Navy Paints. If there's anything you'd like to see in future videos, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Catch ya!